In the shadows of the Vietnam War's most infamous battles, like the brutal siege of Hue or the chaos in Saigon, lies a lesser-known epic of raw heroism. A single Green Beret, armed with grit and a ragtag force, turns a crumbling city into a symbol of defiance during the Tet Offensive. This is the story of Staff Sergeant Drew Dix, the first enlisted Special Forces soldier to earn the Medal of Honor. An under-the-radar tale of rescues, solo charges, and unbreakable will that saved lives and a city, perfect for those unbelievable moments history almost forgot. Drew Dennis Dix entered the world on December 14, 1944, in the iconic military hub of West Point, New York, home to the U.S. Military Academy. But his roots dug deep into the rugged heart of Pueblo, Colorado, where he grew up amid the steel mills and open skies, graduating from Centennial High School. From a young age, Dix dreamed of elite soldiering, inspired by tales of valor that echoed through his hometown, already home to 3 Medal of Honor recipients by the time he enlisted. At just 18 in 1962, he joined the U.S. Army, eyes set on the Green Berets. Rejected initially for being too young for Special Forces, Dix honed his skills with the legendary 82nd Airborne Division. He saw early action in 1965 during Operation Power Pack in the Dominican Republic, stabilizing a civil war-torn nation amid Cold War tensions. By age 21, his persistence paid off. He earned his Green Beret and dove into the elite world of unconventional warfare. After attending the Special Forces Communications Non-Commissioned Officer course in 1967, Dix deployed to Vietnam in October that year as a staff sergeant, advising South Vietnamese forces in the provincial capital of Chau Phu, near the Cambodian border. There, he trained and led provincial reconnaissance units, PRUs, local fighters crucial for intelligence and hit-and-run ops, building a reputation for courage and leadership. But Dix's true test erupted on January 31, 1968, as the Tet Offensive, a massive North Vietnamese and Viet Cong surprise attack, shattered the Lunar New Year truce across Vietnam. While headlines screamed about Hue and Saigon, 2 heavily armed Viet Cong battalions, over 1,000 fighters, overran the sleepy border town of Chau Phu, population 25,000, fragmenting ARVN defenses in a dawn blitz. Dix wasn't even in the city. He was out on a reconnaissance patrol along the Basic River with an 8-man U.S. Navy SEAL Team 2 squad and 10 PRU fighters he trained, probing enemy hideouts in fiberglass patrol boat rivers, PBRs. About 10 hours in, a frantic radio call crackled. Chau Phu was falling. Civilians trapped, buildings ablaze, streets a kill zone. Dix didn't flinch. He spun the team back, racing upriver through sporadic enemy fire. They docked in pandemonium, fought inland, and linked up at the Tactical Operations Center, TOC. Intel hit. An American nurse from a civilian aid team was pinned in a shot-up house near the center, her Land Rover Swiss cheesed by bullets. Dix rallied a small mixed force of PRUs and 2 SEALs, pushed through mortar barrages and small arms fire, stormed the house, and extracted her unharmed, though 1 SEAL fell to a fatal mortar blast. Back at the TOC, more pleas, 8 civilian contractors trapped in a building under heavy mortar pounding. Dix volunteered again, led another ad hoc team, braved the explosions, and pulled all 8 out alive. As they withdrew, Dix spotted a VC-held building spitting automatic rifle and machine gun fire. No time for backup, he charged solo at first, blasting through the door in close-quarters fury, dropping 6 Viet Cong and freeing 2 terrified Filipino civilians inside. By midday, his legend was growing among the wavering ARVN troops, who began rallying to his unbreakable drive. Dix moved house to house, using PRU intel on VC strongpoints, posting guards to hold cleared ground. In one pivotal moment, faulty TOC intel labeled the ARVN Military Security Service HQ as enemy overrun. Dix risked a solo recon under crossfire, confirmed it friendly, and averted a friendly fire disaster. By nightfall, he'd turned skirmishes into a push, accounting for about 24 VC personally over the ordeal. Exhausted but unyielding, Dix gathered a 20-man strike force at first light on February 1st, PRU Corps, swelled by inspired ARVN stragglers. They charged the city's heart, a hotel-turned-VC bunker, a theater fortified with machine guns, adjacent offices crawling with insurgents. Under relentless barrages, Dix led room-by-room clearances, grenades flying, exposing himself to draw fire and cover his men. His heroism ignited the ARVN, who rallied en masse. Mid-push, word came, VC had seized the deputy province chief's residence, holding his family hostage. Dix pivoted, assaulted the compound, shredded the guards, and rescued the wife and children, carrying the wounded out under fire. In the fray, he captured 20 prisoners, including a high-ranking VC officer, an intel jackpot. After 56 hours of non-stop urban combat, with Dix snatching catnaps and rubble, the VC were broken, 14 confirmed kills, possibly up to 39, 15 weapons seized, and Chau Phu liberated. Eyewitnesses hailed Dix's leadership as the deciding factor. His actions rescued 14 civilians, including that nurse and the chief's family, turning potential defeat into victory. For this conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity, President Lyndon B. Johnson awarded Dix the Medal of Honor on January 16, 1969, making him the first enlisted Green Beret to receive America's highest honor. Dix's stand wasn't just bravery, it was the spark that saved a forgotten city. In a war of big headlines, this under-the-spotlight epic reminds us, true heroes often fight in the shadows.
For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity in action at the risk of his life above and beyond the call of duty, Staff Sergeant Dix distinguished himself by exceptional heroism while serving as a unit advisor. 2 heavily armed Viet Cong battalions attacked the province capital city of Chau Phu, resulting in the complete breakdown and fragmentation of the defenses of the city. Staff Sergeant Dix, with a patrol of Vietnamese soldiers, was recalled to assist in defense of Chau Phu. Learning that a nurse was trapped in a house near the center of the city, Staff Sergeant Dix organized a relief force, successfully rescued the nurse, and returned her to the safety of the Tactical Operations Center. Being informed of other trapped civilians within the city, Staff Sergeant Dix voluntarily led another force to rescue 8 civilian employees located in a building which was under heavy mortar and small arms fire. Staff Sergeant Dix then returned to the center of the city. Upon approaching a building, he was subjected to intense automatic rifle and machine gun fire from an unknown number of Viet Cong. He personally assaulted the building, killing 6 Viet Cong, and rescuing 2 Filipinos. The following day, Staff Sergeant Dix, still on his own volition, assembled a 20-man force and, though under intense enemy fire, cleared the Viet Cong out of the hotel, theater, and other adjacent buildings within the city. During this portion of the attack, Army of the Republic of Vietnam soldiers, inspired by the heroism and success of Staff Sergeant Dix, rallied and commenced firing upon the Viet Cong. Staff Sergeant Dix captured 20 prisoners, including a high-ranking Viet Cong official. He then attacked enemy troops who had entered the residence of the deputy province chief and was successful in rescuing the official's wife and children. Staff Sergeant Dix's personal heroic actions resulted in 14 confirmed Viet Cong killed in action and possibly 25 more, the capture of 20 prisoners, 15 weapons, and the rescue of the 14 United States and Free World civilians. The heroism of Staff Sergeant Dix was in the highest tradition and reflects great credit upon the U.S. Army.